Hey Tony, it's Friday, and first off, to answer your question of the week, one of my favorite things we ever had, because it's more or less what was your favorite out of in-character moment in an RPG game. One of my favorites we ever did was in our Tombs of Annihilation game with myself, Taylor, and our friend Jason, and my character made a huge mistake, and it turned into a 2-hour spectacular roleplay session, which we had a good time with. That's one of my favorite memories. And now onto the main focus of this, Tony. So as you know, I'm a big fan of the Fallout series, and I know you've been playing a lot of Fallout 4 as well. So probably last week, I started to come up with an idea for a podcast called The Wasteland Diaries, and it's a scripted diary of different characters in the Fallout universe, different original characters. And so it's coming soon. It's going to be myself, Taylor, and our friend Jake who are going to be doing this. And I actually wrote the rough draft for the very first entry in the Wasteland Diaries. So hopefully this video won't be too long. If it is, I'll have to edit it, but I don't think it'll be more than 10 minutes so long as I read fast. So here is just a little sneak peek of the very first episode of Wasteland Diaries. It's either going to be titled It Begins or War. War Never Changes. So here we go. I'm not going to be looking at you during this because I'm going to be reading my script over here. So tell me what you think, all right? That'll be my question for you. What do you think of the rough draft, and do you think it's a cool idea for a podcast? All right, Tony. So I'm going to start beginning. October 19th, 2281. War. War never changes. At least that's what people say. That being said, if my time in the NCR has taught me anything, it's taught me that it's true. War never changes. My name is Jacob Hartman, Ranger with the New California... Whoops. Shoot. That was not great. Okay. So let's try again. My name is Jacob Hartman, Ranger with the New California Republic. I guess I should say Veteran Ranger, but I don't really feel like one. Only Rangers who have served with distinction for 20 years are permitted to wear the black armor of the veteran Rangers. Being age 26, they made a special exception for me. It's not due to any special ability I have. It's more because the NCR is required to constantly expand to meet the needs of their people. And now, in their infinite wisdom, they're looking to head further east. Myself and my partner Robert, we're tasked with this because we're the most expendable. There's going to be a pretty bad dust-up between the NCR and Caesar's Legion soon near the dam. They want as many Rangers as possible to be there. General Oliver might prefer his shiny boys in their tin can armor, but he knows how vital it is to have the Rangers around. I shouldn't bad-talk the NCR that much. They're a hell of a lot better than anyone else out there. The bear has its flaws as well. Ideally, we're all allowed to be voting citizens. The Brahmin Barons really control everything, and the bureaucratic red tape is a nightmare. Still, we're alive, well-fed, well-hydrated, and more or less free. It's more than most other folks around here can say. Mr. House lords over the strip as its quote-unquote benevolent leader. I call bullshit. I don't trust House for a minute. He's got to be planning something. And the Legion, well, the less said about them, the better. They're slavers, dressed in pre-war sports equipment, and fanatically devoted to their leader, Caesar. They treat him like a god, but I know what he really is, a warlord and a tyrant. One can only hope that he gets his comeuppance soon. It would be much better for the entire wasteland if he did. But I digress. I'm making this holotape because, depending on how this mission goes, it could be vital to the survival of the Republic. Since the NCR requires constant expansion, General Oliver and President Kimball came up with the brilliant idea to send 2 Rangers as far east as they could go. Even further, they have heard of technologically advanced civilizations in the east. They want whatever technology they have and whatever information available. To accomplish this, they decided to send myself and Robert. We're young and expendable, and now the future of the NCR rests on our shoulders. No pressure, though. Regardless, we have our mission, and it's either success or death, because the wasteland is a harsh place. People say that rangers are silent as a shadow, ferocious as a deathclaw. I guess we're going to find out. And that's where I'm going to leave this little preview, Tony. Because I have like 4 other pages of this, but I don't want to spoil all of it right now. And it's going to be revised a little bit because it's not great yet, but it should be a pretty cool podcast. So Tony, I had my 2 questions for you. I guess I have a third one as well. So those first 2 questions, do you think it's a good idea? Think it's a cool idea to have this podcast? And do you think that was a pretty cool? Did you enjoy that little preview I gave? And even further, would you actually listen to the podcast, Tony? I'll see you on Tuesday. Later, bro.